Ronald, yes. A crop circle. Old art cavings. Something you have on your mind? A question that was asked yesterday is all in preparation of the future of truth that is represented by the future whom reads the art painting, who reads Picasso. What was Picasso thinking before he painted it? What was Da Vinci thinking before he painted it? He was painting by idea of numbers. The idea is like this. I personally think that money one day is going to completely change, and I see how it's going to change. Now, what does this have to do with my art? Well, according to my art, this is what I'm painting, and I believe the people in the future, I can't read my art today, but I know my idea. But I know the people in the future are going to look at my art and go, he painted it because of this. No, I didn't paint it because of this, because the outside source that brings us in spirit, remember about spirit. You have to remember, because spirit in a bar is a game, heavily mixed between spirits and out of control at 0.8. Why is it 0.8? Because it's 100? No, it's 99, which is 100. To the one sentence of life that comes at the end of one's period is beginning of the sentence to the next paragraph. 100, 1,000 to the left. 1,000 to the left because it is who you are, plus the separation and the next two. Do not count the two numbers that I mark here, although there is two. One is for this one. That number gets to this one. This is your 1, 8. This is your 1. Why is this your 1? Because your 1 and your left side 9 is no longer here. 1 plays from over here because it is whole. The next to this side is the 9. The next to this side is the 9. 1 and O starts over here. It's O1. It's the center of where 1 comes through, and then 1 jumps to the left and 1 jumps to the right, and then you are all. This is like the arc-en-ciel. This is like the jacks, the split anchor that connects two sides together. 1 becomes 1,000, 1 becomes 100. You can say 100 for a second, you can say 1,000 for a second, but what's the difference with the last second? If the last second, if you have 10 nuts and you put 9 into a container, that's not 10. That is not complete. That's not all your nuts. Now you need 2 containers. Okay, we're talking about making 1 container. So in the bar, it is a game. If you go out of control at 0.08, you can no longer drive and have the same vision. You are now impaired. You were first paired, spirit, soul. Now you have been taken away between the spirit and the soul, and you can no longer drive. What happens with 12? 6 and 6 is 12. 7 and 5 is 12, and we need a division of 6. That means we need another cube that goes right in between, the third cube. 1 and 2 equals to 3. The next cube will equal to a minimum of 1 or a maximum of 6. But 6 and 1 is always 7, because 6 is always apparent in 7. Therefore, when this 6 comes in, it's automatically 7. It becomes 775. It says egg. It's also the year of George, because 33 is O and R. It's 9 and 6 is 15. 5 by 3 is 15. It is the O in freedom. Freedom equals 62. The reason why I brought this out was because of this. Because of this down here. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. The minimum is 1 cube. Here's 2 cubes. Here's 1 cube. These are the opposites of the cubes. These are 2 cubes. This is the high and low of each cube. This becomes 7 automatically because it counts in 1. 6 and 1 is 7. 2 cubes, 2 cubes. 6 and 6 and 6 and 1, the high and the low of each cube. If you go the low, it's going to be 2. If you go the next low, if you go the high, it's going to be 12. 12 and 2 for the low. The difference between 12 and 2 is 10. Maximum of 10. There's 12, take away 2 is 10. Still have 10. This is the high and the low. 12 and 7 become 3 and 7. This becomes over here 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. is 3 and 4. 3 by 4 is 12. This becomes the letter M. 12, the letter L now becomes the letter M because of how the scenario stacks up. 0, 7 becomes 67. 77, 79, 7 and 9 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7 again. 6 and 1, the lowest dice and the highest dice in the same area is 1 and 6, but you cannot have 1 and 6 because 1 cannot be without 6. It does not run alone. So really, we must begin to duplicate on 2 and 5. So everything begins to count on 2 and 5, which is 7, and not 1 and 6 is 7. 5 minus 3, 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 and 7 again. We connect to the same cube. 66, 61, 127. 127 says bagel. Connected to the bagel. Don't forget, all you have to do is take an empty space, build all the way around it, put a plastic inside, and you own that space. You fill up the swimming pool. 6 and 1 is 7. 0, 1, 0, 6. 6 and 6, 1. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Blasphemy. Bellamy. Bell is beautiful. Lemon me. Turn me yellow. Divide me and turn me yellow. Here's your 2, 5. 1, 2, and 7. 1, 2, and 7. 1 and 2, 12. 6 and 7 is 13. Equals to your 25. That goes in between. The period that becomes at the end of the sentence. 10 equals 6 and 1, 7. 9 equals 6. The reverse of 9 equals 6. 19 is the total here. 13 is the total here. The total over here, what are we doing over here? I forget what we're doing. Oh my God. Oh my God. What was I doing? Well, this was 19. This was 13. I don't remember. It's S and M, the letters. Okay, which means weekdays. The sentence is the weekday because it says those are the letters it use. M, and S, like Monday to Saturday or something, or Monday to Saturday. 8 and 8, okay, is 16. That is the dividing heaven's light. This is the thing that is equal. It's the heaven's light. 8 and 8 is equal. Oh, yes, when you come to 10, it becomes 7. When you come to 9, it becomes 6. Seventh gate, 6 is at the seventh gate of the one light. That's why it becomes, this is 32, the doorway. 32, the doorway. Okay, is 4 by 8, 32. 4 plus 8 is 12, equals 44. Number to space. 8 by 6 is 48. 8 and 6 is 14. 14 is the ring around number 5. 14 equals to 0, 5, and 2, 3 equals to 0, 5. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is this around here is 14 because of this. 5, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1 and 4 circumference 5. 3, 4, 7, 6 is the diameter of the moon. When you count the diameter of the moon, you go 1, 2, 3 to count the diameter. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 here and 1 here is the 2, showing you the other way, this crisscross way. But you don't have to count this twice, but you go over the center twice. 3 and then 2 going over the center. Count the diameter, 3, 4, 7, and 6 equaling to 10. 10, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. 4 and 6 east way, east west. It's somehow to do with the garlic and the sounding of the wolf because of vampires. Whatever vampires sucking blood. East and west, 4 and 6. 4 by 6, 24. 4 and 6 is 10. Both the letter X and X equals to 20 and 10, 30. In bowling, if you're adding them up that way, give me a turkey. 30 is a turkey, becomes 36. 3 by 6, 3 plus 6 equals 27. 14 times 14, 14 times 14 equals 196. 13 by 13 equals 169. The difference is 27. When you add up together, 196, 160, 196, 169, it equals to 365. 365.47. The difference in the year is 0.25. 0.25 equals 22. 22 is the difference times 4 years equals to 88. Did you see the thing about like me, mode? When you're in your freedom mode, read it backwards. Mode. Mode backwards. O equals E and A equals mead. Free mead. Free the med. Lake Mead, the med. The number for freedom is 62. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 12 and 8. Here's your 12. Inside a 48 space, which is made by 8 by 6, 48. 8 and 6 is 14. 8 by 4 is 32. 8 plus 4 is 12. That's where I get the numbers from. 8 and 6 makes 14, the original numbers. So that's my 12 and 8. 12, 32 equals to space. ZLT, I don't know what it means. Zel, or is this an N? Because the N is also used as the Z. Because there's the same letter, they have to be used both at the same time. This is an EL, this is a TE. This is a tell. Tell Zen, tell something with an N. What is the N? When you turn the N sideways, okay, it shows an upper and a lower. But it's one N. It has to be multiple N's because you need an in-between to everything. But the reality is in the N, there is an in-between. The in-between is the bar that you don't see. I need a drawing bar. I need to make it an NN inside of here. The center over here must be split. When you split the center over here, it makes a cross. You automatically have to put an O and an X over here, which is 39, means we split the sky. Tell, we split the sky. It's a tell. The sky is split. N and Z is 40. Okay, we're just going to use the Z. 26, well, we have to use both of them. 40 plus 12 is 52, 62, 72, 78. The gateway is within, because 7 and 8 is the gateway. 7 and 8 together, 15, 1 and 5. 3 and up, 4, 3 and 2. Now what I want to do is, because I calculated 4 by 8, 32, 4 and 8, 12. I want to bring back 32 to 48, I need 16. I want to bring 12 back to 48, I need 36. I need creation of the light, and I need the passage of 6 and 6. The books of Moses, dividing of the river, opening up the books. I had the book 6 on one side, I opened it up, I got 2 pages, 6 and 6. On the front side of the page is 6. On the back side of the same page is 6. First it was over this way, the book, and then it was over this way, the book. 6 and 6, 6 facing 6, 6 on the back of 6. This one equals 12. 1 equals 12, above from the other. You can't do both unless you imprint it within. One imprinted in the other, 6 and 6. 6, 1, and 6 because you need the markings. In order to get the gateway, 8 times 7, 8 plus 7 is 1771. 56 is a representation of 1221. Equals to 11 and 15 equals to 2 and 6. Again, Venus and Saturn, Venus and Saturn. 3 times Venus equals Saturn. 4 times Venus equals Neptune. What does that mean? 4 times Venus means Venus is 1/4 of Neptune. And Venus is only a star to Neptune. You need somebody to hold up the ring. You know, you need to hold up the big O. You need to hold up the sky. Who's holding up the sky? Is Venus holding up a sky over Jupiter? The minute you come to Jupiter, you stop. Both sides of Jupiter. The left and the right of Jupiter, the above and below of Jupiter. You know when you tighten a block here and here and here and here? This is my head. This is one piece came together. This is another piece came together. In order for this piece to touch this piece, I have to have a ring around this way. But in the ring over here, it passes. And it passes through this one on this side. So these two pass. So there's a bolt that goes between here and here, and here and here, and here and here, because it has to be the bolt. Moving pieces, moving parts. Anyways, you understand where I was going with that, right? So we showed how the lowest part of the dice and the highest part of the dice, okay, comes to the same thing as if the two dice were together as 6 and 6 equals 12, 1 and 2 equals 3, and 6 and 1 equals 7. There's other things to see on the dice that we can't get 6 and 6 because the reverse in dice 6 and 6 is 1 and 1. We can't do that. But if we get the 10 perfect world, 4 and 4, right, which equals to 8, 8 and 6 in craps both have the same numerological payout of 7 to 6. 8 and 6 both base 7 to 6. And again, it connects to the letter T and Z. Okay, and the T is what is like the three-way stop or the T in the road where you split. Okay, the energy comes in and it's split, or the energy comes in from two sides and it comes into one, if you follow what I'm saying. So we had Lake Mead over here, or it can also say the Mediterranean, Med or Mid, all says middle. We spoke about spirits. We spoke about, I'm going to be putting up a little post in here, just about a few things that come together in numbers. Yes, the other thing I did not mention is the V and the X, how important they are. V22 equals 4, X equals 6. These play in the center as Roman numerals. They're pivotal. 9, 11, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. 30 and 15, 45. They don't use 45 in tennis. They have to have a 10 in tennis, right? 15 and 15, 15 and 15. No more than 2 O's in a row. This equals to 46. It's Zion, Israel. This equals to 5. This equals to 10. 10 equals to 16. This equals to 21 together. This can actually equal to a combination of 4, 5, and 6. First it'll be 4, then it'll be 5, then it'll be 6. So since it'll be 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to have to put a 1 here and a 1 here. And then a 1 here and a 1 here. So I automatically have 1 and 1 is 18, and 1 and 1 is 18. I have a total of 36 more that comes to this because of the sticks that can increase it. But I'll only have one at a time, this one or that one. So I'll have 9 and 9 is 18. Here it'll be 31. Or it'll be 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Here it'll be x 24 minus 9 is 15. So this will be 15 and 13. 28, the cycle of the moon. This will be 31. This will be 33. 64, the reverse of 46. 4 by 6 is 10. 24, memory. Grover Cleveland, between 22 and 24, 23 comes in between. 66, 88. 3 by 23 is 69. 4 by 23 is 92, the birth. 2, 9 equals 11. 1 and 1 is 2. AA. 24 equals to 86. 2 by 4, 2 plus 4. Within the mind. 3 becomes 96, the reverse of 69. This was 3, and this one over here was 3. They were both by 3. They connect together. The center must go here, or the center must go here. Where is this? Can this be exactly in the middle of this? Where does this position over here is the question. Another thing to say is that there were a few people in the news today that were giving away billions of dollars that when they pass on into their next life, they're going to give away billions of dollars. And all these people that are doing this, that are capable of doing this now, already know that the kind of money that they have now will have absolutely really no impact on a few billion, $100 billion. Even $1 trillion will not have an impact. Because by the time they get through with it, it'll help a few people, but not enough to solve the major problem